Manager for Young Enterprise and have the privilege of overseeing Young Enterprise in Berkshire, Buckinghamshire, Oxfordshire, Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire and Milton Keynes. We're one of the largest regions. We form South Central, and this year we've got 210 companies across the whole region, which is brilliant. It's always brilliant, and it's always great for me to come out to the showcases and just see what's happening in each area. So haven't been to South Vale before, so really excited to see 10 companies here tonight. And just before we start, I just wanted to give you a little oversight, tiny oversight, because actually what you're here for is to give your presentations and not really to hear me rattle on about what you've been doing for the last 6 months. But I thought it was just important to mention the YE values that we aspire to as a charity, that we ask our centre leaders to embrace, and you as young people, and all the wonderful business volunteers that work with us. So they're quite straightforward: unlocking potential, which is developing those key employability skills for the future. Working as one team, and I'm sure all of you in the YE companies of this year have found how hard it can be to work as one team, and how when things go slightly wrong, there's a temptation to blame the sales director, blame the MD, blame the centre lead. But actually you've all got a part to play in making sure that your company is the best that it can. And we in Young Enterprise try our absolute utmost to make sure that we work as one team with the centre leads and business advisors to give the young people the best possible experience. Enterprising and resilient, probably hardly need to mention this one, because that's what you've all had to do since September. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of creativity in the next 40 minutes. And also some of the challenges that you've faced, that you haven't given up when things have gone wrong, and that's absolutely key and is enshrined in one of our values. And creating great impact, absolutely another great value. Your centre leads will have done all they can to help you create great impact. They haven't just sat there in their office at school thinking, well, they're getting on with Young Enterprise. They've been out there fighting your corner to help make it happen. Cassandra, your area manager, does all she can to make sure that Young Enterprise is seen in Oxfordshire and is there as the business education charity that employers and businesses know about. And so moving on very, very quickly, once you've got those 4 values, what is company programme? Well, in some respects, you're all doing it, so you all know what it is. But why have you done it? What's it done for you? We hope that it's given you some great employability and entrepreneurial skills. That actually it's probably given you an idea of whether you might want to run a business, go into business in the future, or actually have nothing to do with business and you're absolutely anything other than work in business. But it's hopefully given you some skills on how you're going to succeed in an increasingly digital age. It's given you some skills that when you sit in front of an employer and they say, oh, you did Young Enterprise, what did you do? You say, well, I was the MD, or I was the sales director, and you can talk about it. And you can say, yes, this happened, we went to this fantastic trade fair, but actually we forgot to take stock. And it's what did you do about it? And that's what employers want to know about. What did you do that made you different from the person who comes into the interview next? And that's what Young Enterprise can do for you. Gives you an understanding of how business works, and it helps you to succeed in your personal and working life in the future. And it teaches you how to have fun, because I bet if I asked you to put your hands up and say, has it been fun? I hope, before I leave the stage, there'll be more hands going that say, yes, you've had terrific fun, rather than it's been miserable, hard work and everything else. So, we're going to move straight on to just talk very briefly about the board, the local volunteer board, who have worked with Abingdon School, and I think, you know, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody at Abingdon School, for having us here tonight, from teaching staff, support staff, catering staff, everybody. Fantastic venue. I think you'll all agree that it's lovely to be here. But also helping Young Enterprise happen are these wonderful people: Sophie Brooks, Claire Nibbs, Victoria Griffiths from Abingdon, Nick Clark, Zainab, Memelek and Cassandra, who's the YE manager. Now, I believe that some of the board are here tonight that could be here. Could we just stand up? Claire, you here? Claire, there we go. These are the wonderful people that make things like the trade fair, the showcase, the Dragon's Den, all the events that happen. So they're there to support Cassandra, who sadly couldn't be here tonight. We've got some wonderful supporters. We have Taylor and Francis, HSBC, Abingdon School, of course. And we have our wonderful judges who are again sitting down on the front row, who've had a very grueling task so far, I believe. Not yet over to assess which two companies here will go forward to the county final in Oxford. You probably all know that there's some fantastic awards up for tonight. There's going to be a winner and a runner-up finalists. There's also awards for Best Presentation, Best Customer Service, Creativity Award and the Teamwork Award. So everything to fight for, but the key thing is everybody just breathe, smile, have fun, and go for the kill. And now I'm going to ask Victoria Griffiths to announce the teams in order as they present. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mary. Really nice to know you. As many of you won't have been to one of these events before, each team now has 4 minutes to do a presentation. They will be timed, and after 3.5 minutes, if you're still going, Nick at the front here will put his hand up, okay, so you know that you really got to start to finish off. And at 4 o'clock, after 4 minutes, if you're still speaking, you will be asked to stop and leave the stage. We're going to try and keep it really, really slick, so as one team head off, the next team need to come back up. Next team need to come off. I'll try and indicate who's coming, but if you could try, most of you know which order you are, but without further ado, I'm going to ask the Works to come back onto stage, please.
Good evening, everyone. We're at Abingdon School 4th year Young Enterprise Group of Waterworks, and we sell high-quality, sustainable, and collapsible water bottles.
We all know that one-time use plastic is destroying our planet, but we don't fully appreciate this. You have to see the statistics to see what I'm talking about. As you can see, over 1 million plastic water bottles are bought across the globe every minute, while only 23% of these water bottles are recycled. Americans purchase 50 million bottles a year. That's 13 per person per month. By choosing our bottle, you can save up to 156 plastic bottles annually.
Okay, so this is our product, the collapsible water bottle. It's environmentally friendly and can expand up and collapse down to half the size to save space in your bag. It can also hold hot drinks, and it's also dishwasher friendly. We offer a range of different colours, and also to enhance our product offering, we also sell name tags that can be individually customised to your order.
Our water bottles are competitively priced and cost substantially less than the competition. We offer prices as low as £8 and special deals for some customers, and even through a personalised name tags for free.
So our sales start off slightly sporadically, achieving moderately high sales at St. Helens and St. Catherine's Fair. However, with lower sales at the Cowley Fair and Abingdon Fair, we decided to change our approach in marketing and market to larger audiences, such as a local company called Oxy Health and Abingdon School Lower School, which turned out to be a huge success. This is our cumulative revenue and profit chart. So as you can see, when we changed our strategy, you can see how our sales increased by quite a lot, and we managed to make over £1,000 in revenue and £250 in profit.
has groups coming Young Enterprise. We're a rather small group, only consisting of 4 members. Let me tell you a bit about us. First is our managing director, Eric. He is the born leader of our group, organising and directing our meetings, coming up with brilliant ideas and looking after our money. But the only development opportunity he has is to stay more focused on the ideas we're having. Then there's me, the operations manager. I have been said to be proactive, willing to experiment with opportunities, while I've been told I'm a little too laid back and needs to be more confident. James, our marketing director, the perfectionist, a tech genius, and amazing. But he needs to stay more calm and consider other people's views. Then there's Joe, our sales director, the most calm and methodical man, making sure he thinks things through, but he needs to speak up more as his ideas are great.
We found that selling offline at trade fairs actually proved more effective than selling online, as people were able to get to know the product and thus were more likely to order it. However, we created an online portal for customers to track the delivery of their orders. Our publicity was helped by the headmaster as he tweeted, and this in turn led to a huge order from the Brookes Uni of 35 water bottles.
So some things that we learned during our time at Waterworks is to always take advantage of sale opportunities and sell as much as we can. And well, also we need to build trust in our group, and then also have a healthy team relationship. And lastly, well,
I'm Sophie, Managing Director of ROC. We're a social enterprise company whose aim is to support the homeless of Oxfordshire. We're a team of 9 13-year-olds who are all people premium, which means we all come from economically disadvantaged backgrounds. We all know what it's like not to be able to afford something. Oxford is the least affordable place to live in Britain. This is believed to be the reason for the rise in bus sleepers. According to Oxford City Council annual street count, 45 people slept wrong in Oxford in November 2018. We really want to help these people. Ideally, we give them a home, but that's obviously unrealistic.
So instead, we decided to give each of these homeless people a gift box of essential items. We hope this will make their stay on the streets more tolerable. It was important that we gave them useful items that they really needed. Our research with local charities showed that they did not want any more summer clothes. What they really wanted was socks, and so Socks in a Box was born. We don't just create a box of socks, but each box has at least 2 pairs of socks and other needed items. Our next problem was how would we raise money by these socks and things.
We made and sold dog toys. There are 8.5 million dogs in the UK, and the average spend of a dog owner, according to The Guardian, is £154 a month, with £10 each spent on toys. Shop dog toys are very expensive. We knew we could do better. Cheaper toys without compromising on quality. We upcycle clothes, bed linen, blankets, and curtains, which are donated by our school community. We are very fussy and only accept pressure, so that in the unlikely event the dog gets bored in our toy, it is biodegradable. Cotton is also washable, hard-wearing, and non-toxic. Our award-winning dog toys come in all sizes to suit all dogs, and we have different fun designs. A happy dog is a healthy dog. We have no raw material costs, so each toy is 100% profit. This money goes to purchase the contents for Socks in a Box.
However, it is important to keep the dog toy part of the company financially sustainable, so we reinvest 50% of our profits into the business unit, while the other 50% is used to purchase the contents for Socks in a Box. When we wind up the company in May, all profits will go to Socks in a Box. But we must use the money efficiently. The shoe boxes have been donated by Clarks and Shoes and Twos. The average content cost of each box is between £10 to £15, but we are already receiving donations, which will bring the cost down to £7.50 per box. Today, we have enough money to support 18 boxes.
We need to raise more money because we need to sell more dog
We have 6 branches locally and 1 sell our toys. So this should resolve the problem. As you can see, our social enterprise business model is very complicated. It's almost like we're running 2 companies, Roth and Socks in a Box. Both are equally important and cannot be neglected. So we have become more efficient, more organised, and learned to manage the priorities of both business units. At times we have become worried that we may not meet a deadline, but we have resolved the problem, and the focus of helping these 45 homeless people has really kept us going. It may only be a small contribution, but we hope it makes a difference. But it isn't only the homelessness quality of life that Roth has improved.
I'm the MD of Bamboo, and there's no doubt we've had an incredibly fun year of YE this time. However, there's no doubt it's been a rough one. This could be seen by our first ever trade fair, where we drastically underperformed, but we came back and we attacked this problem in 3 key areas: in management, in product, and sales. We hope you enjoy our travel from chaos to order as much as we did.
Need to contribute a bit more?
Yes. The stock market crashed in 1929 on Wall Street.
That's not relevant.
That's businessy.
No, it's not. Stop.
Business.
Need to contribute a bit more?
Yes. This was our second meeting. Although unflattering and incredibly embarrassing, it showed us something. We were in utter chaos. The shouting, the lack of direction, and most importantly, order. Progress was incredibly limited due to a lack of accountability and clear responsibilities. And we often had no direction in meetings, spending a long time on the simple ideas and not enough on the big picture. We needed structure and a clear way out of chaos, not built on half-baked ideas like we did in the past, but on action. So this is what we did. We made an agenda, giving structure to what we would talk about, based on the foreseeable future and deadlines. And on top of that, minutes, like seen above, being covered in the next section for accountability and progress. And what did order in management give us? It gave us clear, sustained order to the future as we move to our spring and summer markets. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Johnny, Company Secretary, and I'm here to talk about how we brought order to our product. Passive amplifiers, watering systems, picture frames, plant pots, coasters, placemats, desk tidies. We certainly had a lot of ideas for our product range, but that left us disorganised and slow to begin actually creating product, putting us in the unfortunate position of having to create product on site during our first trade fair. We were in chaos. But from that experience, we learned that product takes careful planning and organisation, and so we conducted research into the labour intensity and sales viability of each of our ideas so we were better equipped to make decisions. And so we settled on our core product, passive amplifiers. With this new focus in mind, we were then able to work on implementing an enforced rota and dedicated production days to increase the efficiency of our output. With order established, we were then able to begin introducing new products, such as pen holders, plant pots, and desk tidies in a far more effective fashion, truly giving us a series of products we can be proud of. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I'm Jack, Head of Sales and Marketing. So when we were selling, we need to focus on what our main selling outlets were. And for us, that's our trade stand. So we thought, what are the main things a trade stand has to be? Well, a trade stand should be simple, informative, and aesthetically pleasing. So that's what we tried to do. Now, an excellent example of managing to not use any of these was Banbury Trade Fair. As you can see, it was extremely chaotic and it's a bit of a mess, really. So clearly, we had to make some improvements. First off, our message of combining sustainability and quality was not clear enough. So, to improve this, we incorporated live plants and actual products into our, information into our new trade stand, which can be seen here. Now, another great way to show the improvement Bamboozle was made is in our pricing strategy, where before we were pricing emotionally, based on what felt right at the time, now we began to order it based on logical systems, such as how much the product costs to manufacture and how much stock we had, leading to a much better and well-run system.
So that was it. That was our journey from chaos to order. And I hope you have as much excitement and enthusiasm as we do now to move on to our key spring and summer markets in order. Thank you.
We now sell online, we sold at Abingdon there, and we regularly set up tables at lunch break at school. And we started 2 local cafes, the Baguettes and the Rover. We now predict we can raise another £180 before the end of May, and therefore we will make a profit of £150.60 with a shared dividends of £2.50.
So, in summary, our product has evolved from a total eco-disaster to a sustainable, eco-friendly masterpiece. The company has evolved from a loss-making entity into a successful, financially sustainable concern, and we, as individuals, have also evolved. We now understand terms such as profit margin, branding, and sales marketing. We work together more as a team and learn to sell to total strangers through to the website and the trade stand. Most of it has evolved and a long way since October.
With payroll close, we began at the start of September.
and we're a bunch of young boys in year 10, aged 14 to 15. So that's
let's go back up to the
So we're paying enterprise at the school, a bunch of 10 students, and 14 15. And we started in September.
Yes. So as you can see here, we've got basically our kind of layout of who was on which jobs. Unfortunately, we were quite a small group, so we didn't kind of fulfill all the roles that were available to us, but we felt that we included like the important roles. So as you can see, we have people such as head of marketing or social media, and then we've got our managing director at the top, the mighty managing director, all the words, financial manager, and then we've got also manufacturing.
So we decided to attend mainly Christmas fairs. So we attended 3 Christmas fairs, which were St Helens, St Catherine's, Oxford, and Oxford. We made most of our profit during those fairs, making a total of around 720. And that was very good for our profit to get, very good for our business to get started.
So basically what we're going to talk through now is just some of the products that we did make through kind of the period for Young Enterprise. So as you can see, we've got some nice cork coasters here. These were laser printed at school in our DT department, so we could kind of suit the people that wanted to buy them, because we could engrave whatever, or whatever they wanted onto the cork. So around the kind of Christmas theme, with kind of some Santas or some reindeers, and we kind of had a good pricing strategy where we sell one at £1, but then if we had like 4 for £3, and so on.
So another one that was quite big seller was the scented candles around the festive period, so now like festive scents. And our main scent was cinnamon, which came out down very well over the Christmas period.
Yeah, just to add on to that, basically I was head of marketing, so periods such as open day and other events, I often found some time to go around and ask people what they'd be interested in to kind of have them set as their candle. And obviously, being around Christmas time, cinnamon was like the most popular scent, to kind of fit in with that Christmas theme in the household.
So these are some Nordic Santas that come from Scandinavian countries, so quite traditional over there. And quite a lot of people quite fascinated by the history of the salt them. So quite a lot of actually decorations, and because you get a lot smaller ones that hang up on the tree. So I think fun idea is nice night house for Christmas.
Next we had our LED stars. These were some nice wooden contemporary stars to kind of fit in the household theme. Because at the end of the day, when we set out to make this business, we were looking for kind of household goods that you could put around the house, just to brighten the place up. And we felt this really fit in with our theme. This wasn't something we made ourselves, it's something we sourced in, but we really felt it went with our company. They're also very profitable. So when we were selling these, we were selling them for around £10. We got a turnover of about 220% profit, which was very good.
Finally, our paperweights came out after Christmas. I think we were kind of a bit stuck as a company on what to do, because no one really wanted to buy any Santas during so that led us to go for some paperweights, which are in summer, and we're out on the barbecue, trying to pay for kind of flying away with.
Okay, I just have seen the infamous hands. We're going to have to wrap up quickly, but we've got the evaluation and our future plans. So basically, as we did say, we had a bit of struggle coming into the new year, but we kind of picked ourselves up as a group. We sat down and said what we need to do. So going into the new year, we have decided to go with our paperweights as our main product. Just quickly again, we did some market research to see how we could kind of make these sellable and what people want to find inside these paperweights. And yeah, that's basically what we've got to. So thank you very much.
trillion pieces of litter in the ocean. With 7 billion people on this earth, chances are at least one piece came from you.
Plastic is a ticking time bomb for our environment, and we need to make a change now.
We may only be a small company, in a small school, in a small town. However, together we can make a difference, no matter how small it is. Even if we just get one crisp packet off the ocean, that is one potential life saved.
You may believe you are doing what's right for the environment, and I'm sure some of you are. Maybe by swapping plastic bags for paper ones, or only buying recyclable products. This is great, however, we need to do more.
There is no point saying you're going to do something. You can't just sit on the sofa and say you want a drink. The drink is not just going to magically come to you, so why should you expect your environment to just magically fix itself if you don't help?
This is where our team comes in. Together, we strive to help the environment and protect it for generations to come. You may only be a small business, but you have to start somewhere. Here at Endeavour, we believe that cleaner today is a brighter tomorrow. So if we all join together as one big community, we can make a difference.
We noticed that one of our major problems is crisp packets. You can't say you've never bought crisp packet before. I really can't believe it. However, these little treats are the deadliest threats to the environment. These aren't recyclable, therefore they just end up landfill and in the oceans.
This is what inspired the project. We may not be able to make crisp packets recyclable, however, we can make them into useful and practical products to keep them out of landfill and polluting our environment.
Everything in the pouches we make is upcyclable. We collect the crisp packets and get all the lining and threads from a local factory that we normally just throw them out. Our products are completely handmade. This ensures every product we make is high quality.
Endeavour set up on the 12-week plan. This means we really had to pull together as a team and try and catch up and give ourselves the best possible success. We have at least 2 meetings a week where we discuss sales strategies, new ways to protect the environment, and also new upcycled products that we can release.
We've set up an Instagram account, Facebook account, and email so we can update people on our latest products and our young enterprise journey. We also have a website where you can see all our products and information. In the near future, we want to set up an e-commerce and more social media accounts to raise awareness and sell our products.
Our future aspirations are to help raise awareness about litter pollution in our oceans. We want to come up with new ways and products to help reduce waste going into landfill and into the oceans. We want to inspire people to reduce the amount of plastic they use, to show them what they can do to help our environment. Within the next few weeks, we hope to introduce our new product. Follow us on social media to find out what it is.
You can find out more information on this by grabbing a leaflet from our stall where it will inform you about our environment and how you can make a difference. Remember, every action has a consequence, for good or for bad.
We're going to make a difference, and that difference starts with you.
Abingdon. I'm Carenza, our company secretary.
And I'm Henry, the production director.
We're a 16-strong, well-balanced team.
Between us, we've developed a large range of personalised gifts and home decor.
The products are all handmade by us in our school's design and technology lab. Our team hit the ground running last September.
We established our organisation with a board meeting on the first day we went back to school.
The team was very excited, full of anticipation, energy and ambition.
We needed to raise seed money and begin shaping our product ideas.
With share capital of £300, we began gathering raw materials ready for the main event, our product design and build. We had 2 clear goals to measure success by: achieve a company net profit of at least £2,000 and win a major award.
We all contributed towards a wide range of ideas and boiled down to the main product idea by a series of meaningful votes. And at the end of which, we all agreed with each other.
At this stage, we were all agreed that whatever we produced would be planet-friendly.
The core idea was Scrabble.
But Henry, why?
Well, it's a well-known game and it appeals to people of all ages.
Ideas flourished. Overnight, we were raised up to being people of letters.
So, we were designing and producing coasters, key rings, cufflinks, door signs, tea holders, and more.
Cutting, sanding, drilling, hammering, gluing, painting, wrapping and boxing have all become regular activities. The teams work long hours, but we've been having fun doing it.
Our mantra is that our products must be so good that
we would be happy to own it ourselves. Our biggest issue was being able to source wooden tiles from within the UK to reduce our carbon footprint. And our materials are largely sourced from offcuts or waste materials from our school's DT and textiles labs.
Of course, the real purpose of the bill was to get our products out there, and the team was eager for the first sales event in December, just 2 months after start-up.
That went really well, and we followed it with 4 other events since, with at least 2 other major events penciled in.
Sales at these events have been excellent, and we've also been selling products to the young enterprise marketplace too.
What you can see now is a snapshot of our current sales, showing our current gross profit of £1,790.
In order to raise awareness for the team and our products, we have a strong social media presence on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
In fact, we were the first team in Europe to launch online marketplace, and we've remained in the top 9 ever since. The team has also been interviewed on Oxford TV, and we've released videos on YouTube.
The team's efforts have been recognised with awards, all best display stand at both Banbury and Cowley Fair.
We won the best product at the Abingdon and Cowley trade fairs with a runner-up prize at Banbury. And we've made business links with local businesses.
Infinity has developed significantly in the last 7 months.
We've focused on producing a solid, versatile product with mass appeal.
We have increased our range and improved product quality and streamlined our processes.
We continue to create and innovate.
We keep in mind the needs of the planet.
We continue to make strong sales and profits. We are Team Infinity. Thank you for listening.
Welcome to Gift Soup. We're an 11-strong team from Heartbeat. Our product is a green substitute for cling film, and that helps us reach our aim of reducing plastic in our oceans. Let's meet the team.
What do you call a wasp? A wannabe? Hi, I'm Polly, and I'm a company secretary here with the team, and I work alongside Sam and Courtney, and they're co-company finance directors. We're an 11-people team, and we're led by our managing directors, Ben and Henry, and we also work with Ed, who's our head of IT.
Our product is beeswax wraps, and they are handmade, reusable, biodegradable, upcyclable substitute for cling film. The material we use is 100% cotton, and the fabric we get is mainly donated, but we also happen to use old school shirts. This means that the only cost of production is the beeswax pellets, which helps us achieve our aim of reducing plastic in the ocean. Here's how to use our beeswax wraps. So what you do is you place your product or item in the centre of our beeswax wraps. You wrap the beeswax wrap around the product, you seal it with the warmth of your hands, and when you release, the product just stays.
Our first experience of selling was at the Cowley Trade Fair. It was an amazing opportunity to see how well our product was working in the marketplace. We eventually sold out of all of the wraps.
We also went to Abingdon Trade Fair, which was a great success for us. After all the feedback we got from Cowley, we increased our wrap sizes, improved quality and increased prices. We also won highly commended customer service on both occasions.
To start off our company, we held 2 fundraisers. We started off with a candy cane messaging service around Christmas, and we made £50 from that. And then around Valentine's Day, we did a Valentine's Day messaging service, and we made £40 from that. At Cowley, we made £80, and at Abingdon, we made just over £200. Our profit margin is 96%.
And to sum up, the message we really want to get to you is we really want to clear the plastic in our oceans and indeed in the rest of the world. If you have any queries or questions about our product, do email us at giftsoup.ye@gmail.com. And we want to thank our centre lead, Ms. Christensen, and our business advisors, Nick and Karen. And one final joke. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Gifts.
Gifts.
Hi everyone, my name is Leonard and I'm the Managing Director of Zero. We have two products, mud cake sets and cotton bags. These products may seem different, but they all have the same mindset: sustainable, useful, and in demand. The thought process of choosing these items is they must be something you can use repeatedly and is beneficial to the environment. In our school, and I'm sure to the rest of the world, food is very important. So, our solution for both environmentally friendly and fun product is a mug for not only drinks, but food as well. These come in over 5 different colour schemes with a recipe book containing over 10 tried and tested mug cake recipes. Our 100% ethically sourced cotton bags are reusable and practical. In an ever-changing environment where ocean litter is a massive issue, we must learn to adapt with the everyday things we use. This experience taught us 2 things: teamwork and to always make sure you're allowed to sell your product. Our reed diffusers were extremely successful, especially in the Christmas season. We then discovered that these were not approved. After 2 weeks of intense work, we were able to come up with a new product just in time for a fair. We also had to gain confidence when selling. We forced ourselves to get out there and pitch our product to anyone passing by. Now, on to Ilana, who will talk about our marketing strategies.
When thinking about marketing, we set up multiple social media platforms, such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. This means we could reach a larger audience of people who could give their feedback and thoughts. We used this to set up a poll on our Instagram story, where we asked about what colours and quotes people would be interested in on our bag designs. We also put posters around our school, updating pupils and staff about our dates and products. Our accounts also let us post dates and updates. When creating our brand, we wanted a memorable aspect, so we chose colour, blue. It makes us recognisable at fairs and events. Now on to Shivani for sustainability.
Finally, we talked about the factors we considered when coming up with our products to ensure they were as sustainable as possible. The mud cake recipe books and mugs are sustainable because they encourage people to cook their own food rather than buying plastic-bag snacks and to reuse the mugs. Our other product, fabric bags, are also planned to have the most eco-friendly components. Cotton is a sustainable, renewable and biodegradable, making it an excellent choice and environmentally friendly fibre throughout its entire product life cycle. Most chemical fibres are petroleum-based, which means they come from non-renewable resources. Our bags are 100% cotton. Both our products are practical and can be used on a day-to-day basis.
Hi, I'm Cara and I'm going to be talking about sales. The first place we sold our produce was at the St Helens and St Catherine's Christmas Fair on the 24th of November. Members of our company were confident to engage with customers and make sales within the school environment. It was in the lead up to Christmas and people were willing to spend money, which meant we made a successful profit of £450. In early December, we went to the smaller, more local Dalton Barracks Fair in Abingdon. Some of our company members were cautious about approaching potential customers, and we didn't have as big of a market audience. We only made a profit of £12.50, which was slightly disheartening. As a team, we evaluated our sales skills at the Dalton Barracks Fair and made sure that we approached people with more confidence at the Cowley Trade Fair on the 26th of January. We were much more successful at the Abingdon Fair on the 16th of March. We decided to lower our prices in an attempt to make more sales. We had confident selling techniques and made a profit of £98.50. On Thursday lunchtimes at school, we've begun selling our remaining stock and have got a profit of £54.50 so far from that. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
We're at Brookes and we sell Brookes and coffee cups as a sort of kit that comes with a bespoke hand-sewn bag and some coffee sachets and stirrers. In In September this year, we came together for the first time to form our company. We had 12 people, but only 9 roles, so we used Google Forms to work out positions for the oversubscribed roles, with people voting to choose who would fit that one best. Our trade fair pitch and trade stand has also developed as we progressed through the year, with our first focusing on the environmental benefits of the product, but later also incorporating the financial gains as well. And a recent group meeting has also gone on, and which increased efficiency and enthusiasm for the company.
The aim of our product is to encourage people to own one of our environmentally friendly cups. And by using them, not only are people making a benefit to the environment, but they're also sending a message that it's time to reduce the use of single-use plastic cups. Moving on to the product itself, our main idea of the product was efficiency. So we went for a cup capable of collapsing into only a quarter of its original size, so customers can easily store it in their pockets or handbags. As the cup is made from liquid silicone, which contains no toxins and is designed to withstand high and low temperatures, not to mention your household dishwasher. Furthermore, our cups will allow customers to save money over time, as you can get a discount when using a reusable cup. For instance, you get 25p off at Costa. Moving on to our research, we have gotten many positive responses from middle-aged women to elderly women, stating that they are keen on the idea of our product, as it is unique and useful. As a result of this, we have bought mainly lilac and sky blue cups as suggested. On top of this, customers get free bags, coffee sachets, and servers.
To maintain standards, be efficient with time, and operate the business, we put processes into place. Prior to every meeting, the MD prepare an agenda and allocate time for each item. The agenda also includes a section to discuss tasks which should be completed by the next meeting. Early on, we explain our roles to each other. In meetings, we also designated a meeting minute taker. The minute taker will record every major decision taken in the meeting. The MDs monitor and maintain the business as a whole. We are copied into every email, so we know what must be prioritised. We have financial control over sales and expenses. We make a tally of products sold. This data aids planning for future sales. As much as we like to come to unanimous decisions, compromise is sometimes needed in the business. Our decisions are always made fairly and are normally put to a vote, with a pass being a supermajority of 2/3 of the company members.
Good evening. So now I'll be talking about the finance of our company. Concerning the beginning, we all decided to invest £25 in our company, and because we are a group of 12, we had a starting capital of £300. After research and open day, we put a price of £13 on that. Now moving on to our sales. Our collapse has been quite successful. We sold 62 cups, and our total sales income is of £808. We apologise for the slide being outdated due to our recent success at Whitby on Saturday. The cost to make the product averaged £4.56, and we spent an overall £279.69 on making the product. With the way registration and credit theft, we had to pay an additional £150. Therefore, we now have £678.31 in the bank. If we take a winding up fee of 20% to account and a share capital of £300, then we'll have made a profit of £302 since the beginning. Thank you.
Okay, a massive thank you to all the teams who've just presented. It really is quite scary coming up onto this big stage, and I think you did an absolutely amazing job, really amazing. Big round of applause to you. To go and dismantle our stalls over under the chapel again in the CMR. That room is going to get unlocked for us, and please could I ask you to all be back here in your seats at 7:35. Thank you very much.